You keep coming back because you find it true. You keep coming back because you find it useful. You keep coming back because you find it helpful, and you refuse to subscribe. Why? Why? Hi, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, oops, you just landed in the right place. And if you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Today we're going to be talking about something interesting, which is if it is possible to struggle or be an average student in high school and come to university and perform outstandingly well. Enter university with a success mindset. First class is only for some people, not for people like me. Oh well, first class is reserved for only people who go for it. Good things come to those who wait. The best are for those who go for it. So step in with a success mindset. Excellence is not a one-time thing. Excellence is not a one-way thing. Excellence is in fact a way of life. Excellence is a lifestyle. When a person is excellent, when you are excellent, which you should be to perform outstandingly well in the university, it means that every aspect of your life reflects excellence. Your personal life, your academic life, your social life, everything reflects excellence. That means that you're not just struggling to do well academically, but you're doing well in every other aspect of your life. Because academics is just an aspect of your life, just like you have other aspects of your life. So if you're not doing well in one, then it's a call to the fact that you need to balance the excellence. So come into the university with a success mindset. And when I say come into the university with a success mindset, I'm not only talking to people who are just about to go into university. I'm talking to people who are already in the university. As you're resuming a new session, resuming a new semester, as you're in the university right now watching this video, keep on or decide now to start keeping on with a success mindset. Success mindset simply means that you do not think of yourself lesser than what you actually can be. You do not think of yourself to be someone who cannot earn high scores. You do not think of yourself to be someone who cannot earn good grades. You do not think of yourself as someone who cannot be a first class student and all of that. And I'm talking from experience because when I was in secondary school, I used to think that the high scores are for the smart people in the class. The high scores are for the people who study the most in the class. But you get it. The reason they earn the high scores is because they study more. So why if I study more, I'm gonna earn the high scores too. To be excellent in work ethics too, your assignments, do you meet deadlines? Your group project, do you put in all your efforts? Or you are part of those people that if they put you in group, they are going to be sad that we are not going to do well in this group? Or are you the person that when you're in the group, everybody is excited that you're their group member because you're going to be the group head? Or even if you're not the group head, once you do your part of the work is excellent and it doesn't need any extra reviews and all of those stuff. So step in with a success mindset. Be determined to be excellent. And like I said, excellence is not a one-way thing or a one-time thing. It is a way of life. Don't be eager to choose your friends. Don't be eager to choose your friends. Take your time. Talk to people, but don't be quick to say, oh, this person is my friend, simply because you guys have worked together on one project, or you went to class together just a few times and you're already like, oh, that's your friend. No, that's not your friend. That's just your acquaintance, somebody that's just your classmate, that's just your colleague. Not everybody is your friend. Not everybody should be your friend. So don't be eager to choose your friend. The first thing on your list as an undergraduate cannot be to pick friends, cannot be to have friends, should not be to choose friends. It is part, because with time you eventually get it and get it right. But if you want to get it right, don't be eager. Like, I can literally say that almost all the people I speak to now, We were not friends in my first year as a law student. Do you get what I'm saying? So don't be eager to pick friends. With time, you just discover that, oh, our values align, our visions align. I'm targeting excellence, you're targeting excellence. So, that kind of stuff. Because friends play great role in your life and your general life as a person or as an undergraduate, whether you accept it or not, whether you believe it or not. There are some things that the reason you will do them is because someone has consciously or subconsciously influenced you to do them. There are some ways that you act because someone has consciously or subconsciously impacted you or influenced you to act that way. So the interesting thing about friendship is that you do not even know the points where they begin to influence you, and that's why you cannot afford to compromise picking your friends. You need to study as much as you can. The difference between a student who earns a very high score and a student who does not earn a very high score is their study rates. They did not study the same way. They did not study for the same period. I won't even say study every day or have a studying timetable or something of that sort, because a studying timetable does not work for me. Like if I draw a timetable today, the next day I'm not following it. And then saying that you want to read every day might actually be unrealistic. So I'll just say study as much as you should, as much as you ought to. If you have slow assimilation, your study rate cannot exactly be the same with someone who assimilates on a normal or fast level. If you're a slow reader, it cannot be the same with someone who is a fast reader. And that's why I say that you should not be eager in choosing friendship, because if you choose a friend who, for instance, is a fast reader and you're a slow reader, there's a tendency that you're going to be moving with that person's pace. So if that person is not studying, because that person is not studying, you're probably not studying to another. Study as much as you can, because really, what one of the major thing, number one thing that earns a person very good grades is studying. The rate at which people study in school is different, and that's why the grades are different. Do you get? Let your studying be equivalent to the grades that you desire. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you know what you're aiming for, if you're aiming for a second class or you're aiming for a first class, you already know that when you finish reading for 1 hour, you know deep down that it may not be enough, because you will ask yourself that this thing I've studied, if I write it like this in the exam, would really earn me the grades of a person in that class that I desire to be in. Now I'm talking about first class, second class, not like human beings. Then the number 5 thing you should do is don't joke with your focus time. Read as much as you can, as hard as you can, as smart as you can. Read not just your academic books or works or stuff like that. Read blogs, read articles, I'm not talking about Insta blog and all those stuff. I'm talking about blogs like where people write sensible stuff. Read articles, read papers, read books too, like novels, fiction, non-fiction. Read it. They help you in one way or the other. So if you want to be an outstanding student in university, then you cannot afford to trivialize the way you read. You cannot joke with the way you read. And I remember when I was doing my A levels when COVID-19 struck, right? And I'd resumed late because the A levels had started in August or September, I think, and then I resumed mid-November or late November. So there was a lot for me to catch up on. And then we went for December break. I didn't read anything because I was enjoying December break. So when I resumed in January, I had what they had done before I came, I had it to read. What we did when I came, I had it to read. And what we were doing then when I was in school, I had it to read. So it was a lot for me. Immediately after classes, eat or do whatever. Once it's 5, I go to the library and stay there till 9. Right. So when COVID-19 struck, we thought it was going to be 3 weeks break at first, of course. So I was like, oh, by the time we're coming back for this 3 weeks, I must have been done reading because the exam was supposed to be in June, right? And then after 3 weeks, obviously, I wasn't done reading. I couldn't have been done reading. Then the break extended, and then I was maximizing it. Every day I read. See, the only thing I remember doing in COVID-19 was studying for A-levels. The only reason I'm grateful for COVID-19 was because I could study in A-level. I could study for A-levels exam. So what is my point? When people ask me, oh, how did you do this? How did you get 5.0 this semester? How did you? I read, bro. That's what I did. I just read. Yeah, there's the place of the sufficiency of God helping me, which I cannot compromise no matter what. There's the place of doing past questions, study groups, revising with your friends and all of that. But I read. I read. That's why. Do you guys? So read. There's no two way to it. There's no two way to success. If you want to be outstanding, then you have to read. What makes the difference is probably maybe how we all read. That's what makes the difference. But everybody reads. Do you get what I'm saying? So you should read, and I'd also recommend listening to podcasts. Listening to podcasts may not necessarily have any impact per se in your academics. I say may not necessarily because it depends on what you're listening to, but then it builds active listening skills. Now, active listening is not just listening to react. Active listening is listening to understand. So I'm not listening so that I can reply you. I'm not listening so that I can tell another person. I'm listening so that I truly understand what you're saying. And when you have active listening skill, when you are good at listening just to understand, it also helps in your academics and your everyday life. So yes, listening to podcasts builds active listening skills because you're just listening. Then my final point is always remember number one. Excellence is a lifestyle, not a one-time thing. Let it settle in your subconscious and conscious mindset as you're stepping into school that what you are gunning for is excellence. So the moment you are getting soaked in extracurricular activities, be reminded that what you're gunning for is excellence. The moment you are talking with your friends and catching up on your social life and doing other things, be reminded that what you're gunning for is excellence. The moment you are in that relationship, the moment you are doing that job, the moment you are doing anything, remind yourself that the reason you stepped into this school, first of all, is to earn an excellent grade, is to earn an excellent result. So let's settle your, if it settles in your subconscious, right, it's always evident because now I'm lying down on my bed, I'm scrolling through my phone, then I remember that I've not started reading this course. It is the subconsciousness of excellence that I have that will make me get up, drop the phone, and carry my books. I'm in a meeting and we're done with the meeting. I'm just trying to like talk to everybody, do everything and do stuff. It is the excellence that's settled in my subconscious that makes me know that it is high time I left the meeting or I left the place basically. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let the excellence be settled in your subconscious. It is excellence that makes you tired when you're reading for test or exam, makes you stressed, makes you feel like giving up, and you decide that you're not going to stop. It is excellence that makes last paper syndrome kick in and you decide to kick the syndrome 2 out and read your book. Excellence that does that. Excellence is what? It's a lifestyle, not a one-time thing. Because if it's a one-time thing, it's not excellence. It's just success by happenstances. Whew, we've come to the end of this video. I felt like a motivational speaker at some point, but I really hope you gained something. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please don't forget to share it with people. Like, comment, tell me something that stood out to you, that I said that stood out to you, so that other people can see it and I will see it myself. If there's also something you want me to talk about, it's in the comment section and I will know. If you want to reach out to me, my IG handle and my email address is in the description box too, so feel free to send me a mail. I read mails. I check my mail from time to time. I've changed. Till next time. Bye.